Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about front runner vehicle outfitters. We're going to talk about the boxes that we just got from Front Runner. More importantly, are these boxes worth what you got to pay for them? You're going to find out here in a minute, at least in my opinion. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be right back.
There's something about to change. We're standing at the border where history is made. We're cranking up the lights now so everyone can see. It's all happening right now. We're gonna make you believe.
So the question today about the Front Runner boxes is, are they worth it? Now, everyone's going to have their own opinion. People treat my road like a racetrack. Everyone's going to have their own opinion about the Front Runner boxes and really any storage box that you can use for your overlanding rig. Now, if you see behind me, there are a couple of our old totes, which we will probably still be using at least one of them. Typically, we carried two. One for our dry food, which is the one we'll probably keep, and then everything else in the other tote, we kept our kitchen utensils, pots, pans, silverware, you know, all of that stuff. So making the switch to a Front Runner box comes with a couple of cons, in my opinion. The first con is their size. Now, their side-to-side length, the long way, is 17.5 inches. And then it's 13.5 inches in width, and then height, it's 8 inches tall in there. Now, 8 inches inside the box isn't much. As we start to accumulate additional camera gear, all of our canned goods, anything that we take that we can store in a Front Runner box, we will. I'm going to be packing for our trip here in a couple of days. And once I start packing for that trip, I'm going to try to toss these in and see exactly what I can use them for, where I can put them, and how they're going to best work. Now, that would be a con, their size. Second con, they're not the most expensive, but they're not the cheapest box that you can get. I think I bought 7, I don't know why I got 7, it just came in a pack of 7 or 5 of these boxes back here behind me when we went on our first trip. And it was like 25 bucks. It was a super great deal. I'll put that link in the description if that's the route that you want to go. And those boxes worked really well. I mean, you can't stand on them, which you can stand on the Front Runner boxes. They don't stack so well. I mean, you can put them on top of each other, but they're going to fall over. The Front Runner boxes, they all hold together really well. And that was probably one of the reasons that I decided to jump from our old totes to the Front Runner totes. Now, they're going to fit really well beside the new ARB fridge and freezer. On the right side there is where we would put a tote. We would stack our camp stove on top of that, and then we would throw some chairs, you know, whatever we could do to kind of utilize the space the best that we could. Now, with the Front Runner boxes, we'll be able to stack them on top of each other and then slide them in. Now, this 3 of them is going to be too tall. So we're only going to be able to use 2. Now, the stackability feature of the Front Runner boxes is probably what I like the most. We have a bunch of camp chairs. And depending on how you travel, we, on our first trip, traveled with really large camp chairs. The big foldable ones that you would take down. We had to stuff them in there. And there was like a regular campfire chair that you would have, you know, at your house. Well, we reduced down to a much smaller camp chair, and they fold up really tiny, go into a little bag, and I can store those away. So that eliminated a lot of the wasted space. Now, with these Front Runner boxes, I can throw those chairs in there, or, better yet, you can use these as chairs. I'm sure it's not the most comfortable, but if you're sitting around the campfire and you have a couple extra people and you didn't expect, you can pop these out and use them as chairs. You can stand on them. So when we're trying to get stuff off the top of the Jeep, now I have those Smitty built. I always have so much trouble saying that. Smitty built hinge steps on the side of the Jeep where I can get up on top, kind of mess with the tent, you know, get into my storage box, whatever. But this is also another option that I can use. It can be used as a table, right? I'm just going over a bunch of miscellaneous ways that you can use these. In reality, I'm trying to justify to myself why I spent this much money on 3 boxes. Now, one thing to keep in mind, with the whole pandemic we have going on, it is really hard to get your hands on things. I was trying to buy these previously, and then I couldn't get them because they were out of stock. So Front Runner had finally posted on their Instagram that they had more boxes, so I ordered 3 of them. I don't even know if I'm going to use all 3 of them, but I know for sure one of them is going to be where I keep a lot of the camera gear. I know the second one is going to be where we keep our pots and pans and all of that stuff. We have to reduce down and carry less pots and pans and bowls and plates and all that with us, but that's okay. We don't need half the stuff we carry anyways, and you know, we tell ourselves every time we go on a trip we're going to minimize the stuff that we take. So the Front Runner boxes for us are going to be a lot more versatile than the boxes that we were using previously. Now don't get me wrong, those work, and once again, like I said in the video about the ARB fridge freezer, if you're new to overlanding and you haven't gone on a trip or you haven't spent a lot of time outside in the wilderness or, you know, on a trail camping, don't spend money on stuff like this yet. Make sure that this is something that you're going to do. If you ask me, are the Front Runner boxes worth the money? Are they worth what you spent on them, and would you buy them again? My answer today is going to be yes, but I also haven't taken them on a trip yet. So that's something that I have to keep in mind and something I have to take into consideration. Now, they have 4 latches on the Front Runner boxes. The whole lid comes off. Just like a regular tote, how, you know, it has like the little handle clasps. This has 4 hinges. You take them off and you can leave the box wide open, or you can put the top back on it and you can cinch it down, and then you can stack them on top of each other. I've seen a lot of people use these boxes. This is not the most expensive box on the market. There are a couple of companies that sell plastic totes for $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. I might buy one day. I don't know. I'm not there today. I can't justify spending that much money on a piece of plastic. But this for us is going to work for right now. Now, when we go on the trip, I'm going to make a video about packing the rig, and every single time we go I try to make a new packing video, because as you continue to go on trips and as overlanding becomes a bigger part of your life, or traveling, adventuring, whatever you want to call it, your rig changes every single time you go out. So every time you go out, you have a new item that you just got, or a new way to carry gas and water, or a new bumper, or there's always something that's changing. And that's what I love about it, is it's able to evolve. So if you ask me, are the Front Runner boxes worth the money? I do believe they're worth the money. They are a little small, so if you're carrying larger items, do not expect to put your larger items in these boxes. If you're good at packing and you can manage a small amount of space, these are going to work really well for you. So we're going to give these a shot. I'm cautiously optimistic that we're going to make these work. Our next trip is coming right up, and having a more versatile option, something that I can use not just for one purpose. I think that's the most important part of trying to make modifications to your rig and trying to adapt new philosophies or ways to travel, is because if you have something that you can only use for one purpose, it's not that great of an item. Not everything has dual purposes, but the more things that you have with a dual purpose, the better off your experience will be. That's my 2 cents. So, are the Front Runner boxes worth it? Yep, I do believe so. Will we be using these for a while? Yep, I do believe so. I would put a link in the description, but they're nearly impossible to get your hands on right now. So, keep an eye on Front Runner's Instagram, and when they say they have them, you better buy them, because otherwise it's going to be super hard. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, like it. If it wasn't, don't like it. You can go to the next video. Subscribe to the channel. I always mess that up. if you haven't, to see more videos like these, and we'll see you guys on the trail. Peace.
It's about to go down.